Let me ask you something honestly. When you picture your 60s, do you see freedom, travel, and peace of mind, or do you see stress, bills, and regret? Because your 40s are not just another decade. Your 40s are the last powerful window where your financial decisions can still change your entire future. What you do in this decade will decide whether money works for you, or you work for money forever. Most people think their 20s and 30s are the critical years for money. That's wrong. Your 40s are the turning point. By now, your income is higher, your experience is valuable, and your choices are more expensive. This is the decade where small decisions compound into massive comfort or lifelong financial pressure. Today, I'm going to show you why your 40s are the most important financial decade of your life, and exactly what you must do to secure comfort instead of stress forever. Most people don't realize this, but your 40s are usually the decade where your earning power is at its highest. By this point, you're no longer entry level, no longer experimenting, no longer proving yourself. You have experience, credibility, and skills that took decades to build. Employers pay more, businesses trust you more, and clients see you as an expert. This is the stage where your time is the most valuable it has ever been. But here's the problem. A higher income does not automatically create wealth. In fact, for many people, their 40s become the decade where they earn the most money in their life and still end up financially stressed. Why? Because income without strategy turns into expensive habits instead of long-term security. Think about it. When your income rises, so do expectations. Bigger house, better car, private schools, premium lifestyle. None of these are bad. The danger is when every raise is matched by a bigger expense. You feel rich, but you're actually standing still. You're working harder, earning more, and still living paycheck to paycheck at a higher level. Your 40s are powerful because this is when you have excess cash flow that can be converted into assets. This is the decade where you can invest aggressively, build businesses, buy property, and grow your net worth faster than ever before. The same extra income that could buy luxury today could buy freedom tomorrow. The difference between someone who is comfortable at 65 and someone who is stressed at 65 often comes down to what they did with their peak income years. Some people use their highest earning years to impress others. Others use them to secure their future. Another hidden truth is that your earning power doesn't stay at the top forever. Careers change, industries shift, health and energy decline, and opportunities narrow. Your 40s are not just a peak. They are a window. If you don't build wealth during your peak, you might not get another chance with the same leverage. This is why financial experts focus so much on maximizing income in this decade, but more importantly, controlling where that income goes. Every dollar you earn in your 40s has two options. It can buy temporary pleasure, or it can buy permanent freedom. One fades fast. The other compounds for decades. So when we say your income peaks in your 40s, what we really mean is this is your most powerful chance to turn money into independence. Miss it, and you may spend the rest of your life working harder with fewer options. Use it wisely, and your future self will thank you every single day. Compounding is one of the most powerful forces in finance, but it has one enemy that no one can escape: time. When you are in your 20s and 30s, time is on your side. Your money has decades to grow, multiply, and snowball into something massive. But when you reach your 40s, the clock becomes very real. You still have time, but not unlimited time. In your 40s, every year you delay investing or building assets has a visible cost. Money invested at 25 might grow for 40 years. Money invested at 45 might only grow for 20 years. That difference cuts your potential wealth in half, sometimes more. This is why two people with the same income can end up in completely different financial realities. One started compounding early and stayed consistent. The other waited until life felt stable, and stability never fully arrived. Many people believe they can catch up later with bigger investments. The truth is, catching up is harder than starting early. Compounding rewards consistency, not intensity. A smaller amount invested steadily over time often beats a large amount invested late. Your 40s are the last decade where compounding can still work strongly in your favor, but only if you act. This is also the decade where compounding becomes more visible. In your earlier years, growth feels slow and boring. In your 40s, the snowball starts to look real. Investments begin to generate meaningful returns, businesses start producing predictable cash flow, and assets begin working for you even when you are not actively working. But this only happens if you planted seeds earlier and continue planting now. Another important truth is that compounding applies to mistakes too. Bad financial habits, unmanaged debt, and poor investments also compound. Interest on debt grows, missed opportunities accumulate, and financial stress builds quietly over time. By your 40s, the impact of past decisions becomes hard to ignore. This is why this decade is both a warning and an opportunity. People often think they still have plenty of time in their 40s. They do, but time is no longer infinite. The difference between starting at 40 and starting at 50 can mean the difference between financial comfort and financial pressure. 10 years of compounding can transform an average retirement into an exceptional one, or turn a weak plan into a strong one. Compounding in your 40s is about urgency without panic. It's about understanding that every dollar invested now is more valuable than a dollar invested later. It's about realizing that future freedom is built with today's discipline. The good news is that your earning power is high in this decade, which means you can accelerate the compounding effect faster than in your younger years. Your 40s are not too late. They are the final high-impact phase. Compounding is still powerful, but it demands action. Every month you wait is a month of growth you will never get back. Every step you take now multiplies quietly in the background, shaping whether your future feels calm or constantly pressured. This is why financial experts treat the 40s as a financial accelerator. It is where strategy meets urgency, and where disciplined action can still create life-changing results. Lifestyle inflation is one of the most silent wealth killers, and it becomes most dangerous in your 40s. When your income increases, your lifestyle naturally wants to increase with it. You upgrade your house, your car, your vacations, your gadgets, your clothing, and your daily habits. On the surface, it looks like success. In reality, it can quietly destroy your financial future. In your 40s, you finally feel like you deserve the good life. You've worked hard, built your career, and sacrificed for years. So when money starts flowing, it feels logical to enjoy it. The problem is not enjoyment. The problem is when every raise, bonus, or business profit is immediately absorbed by a higher standard of living. Your bank balance grows, but your net worth doesn't. Lifestyle inflation is tricky because it doesn't feel like a mistake. It feels like progress. You move from a small apartment to a bigger home, from a basic car to a luxury one, from budget trips to premium travel. Each upgrade feels justified, and individually, none of them seem dangerous. But together, they create a financial trap where your expenses rise faster than your investments. The real danger is that high fixed expenses lock you into a certain level of income. A large mortgage, expensive schools, luxury subscriptions, and premium habits force you to keep earning at a high level just to maintain your life. This reduces flexibility. You can't take risks, start new ventures, reduce work hours, or handle setbacks easily. Your lifestyle becomes a golden cage. In your 40s, this becomes critical because you are closer to retirement than you think. If your expenses keep rising while your savings stay flat, you push financial freedom further away every year. Many people in their 40s earn impressive incomes but have very little invested. They look successful, but they are one job loss or health issue away from stress. Lifestyle inflation also affects your psychology. Once you get used to a certain standard of living, it becomes your new normal. Downgrading feels like failure, even if it is the smartest financial move. This emotional attachment to lifestyle makes it hard to save aggressively or invest wisely. You start measuring success by what you can spend, not by what you can keep. The contrast is powerful when you compare two people with the same income. One controls lifestyle inflation and directs extra income into assets. The other upgrades lifestyle every year. After 20 years, one has freedom, choices, and peace of mind. The other has stress, obligations, and no exit. The difference is not income, it is discipline. Your 40s are dangerous because lifestyle inflation can grow faster than your awareness. You're busy with career, family, and responsibilities, so spending decisions happen automatically. Subscription services and upgrades quietly pile up. Without intention, your financial future is being decided by convenience and impulse. This is why experts warn that the biggest enemy of wealth is not low income. It is high spending disguised as success. Your 40s should be the decade where your lifestyle grows slower than your income. That gap between earning and spending is what turns a high earner into a wealthy person. If you master lifestyle inflation in this decade, you don't just save money, you buy control over your future. You create options. You reduce stress. And you ensure that when your earning power declines, your financial power continues to rise. In your 40s, something subtle but important begins to change. Your experience is high, your responsibilities are big, and your income is often strong. But your physical and mental energy is no longer unlimited. You may still feel capable, but recovery is slower, stress hits harder, and long work hours take a bigger toll. This is the last decade where you usually have both high earning potential and relatively strong energy at the same time. When you are younger, you have energy but limited income. When you are older, you may have money but less energy. Your 40s sit in the middle, and that makes them extremely valuable. This is the decade where you can still push, build scale, and create systems that will support you later when pushing becomes harder. Many people underestimate how much health and energy affect finances. If you are healthy and energized, you can work on side projects, learn new skills, start businesses, negotiate better roles, and make strategic moves. If your health declines, even high income becomes fragile. Medical costs rise, productivity drops, and opportunities shrink. Money is important, but energy is the engine that creates money. Your 40s are also when chronic stress starts showing its impact. Long hours, financial pressure, family responsibilities, and career demands accumulate. Burnout becomes real. Some people reach their peak income and then find they no longer have the stamina to maintain it. Others are forced to slow down due to health issues, which can instantly change their financial trajectory. This is why this decade is critical for building systems that reduce your dependence on constant effort. Passive income, investments, automated savings, scalable businesses, and strong professional positioning are not luxuries. They are protection. They allow you to earn even when you cannot work at full capacity. Another hidden factor is cognitive energy. Decision-making, focus, and creativity are affected by health and fatigue. In your 40s, you still have sharp thinking, but mental overload can reduce your ability to plan and execute financial strategies. This is why simplifying finances, setting automatic systems, and reducing unnecessary stress become powerful tools. People often think they can work forever at the same intensity. Reality is different. Your 40s are a preview of how your body responds to decades of work. Ignoring health in this decade can lead to a financial domino effect: lower productivity, higher expenses, and fewer options. At the same time, your 40s are empowering. You have wisdom, networks, and leverage that younger people don't. If you align your energy with smart financial moves, you can accelerate wealth faster than ever. This is the decade where strategic effort beats raw effort. Financial experts emphasize this period because it is the last stage where you can aggressively build while still having the physical and mental capacity to do so. Every system you build now is a gift to your future self. Every asset you create is a buffer against declining energy. So when we say health and energy start to decline in your 40s, the message is not fear. It is urgency and awareness. This is the decade to convert your current strength into lasting financial security, so that when your energy naturally slows down, your money keeps moving forward. Debt can be useful, but in your 40s it becomes a double-edged sword that can either support your growth or trap you for decades. At this stage of life, people often carry the largest debts they will ever have. Mortgages, car loans, credit cards, business loans, personal loans, and sometimes obligations for family members. Each of these feels manageable on its own, but together they can quietly control your financial future. The danger in your 40s is that debt feels normal. You have stable income, so lenders are willing to give you more credit. Banks offer bigger mortgages, higher credit limits, and more financing options. It feels like progress, but every loan is a promise of future work. You are committing your future income before you even earn it. Debt in your 40s is dangerous because time is shorter. If you take on heavy debt at 25, you have decades to pay it off. If you take on heavy debt at 45, it follows you into your 60s and sometimes beyond. That means working longer, delaying retirement, and living with constant financial pressure during years that should be peaceful. Interest is another silent enemy. Small interest rates look harmless, but over years they add up to massive amounts of money paid to lenders instead of invested for your future. While your investments compound for you, your debts compound against you. In your 40s, this battle becomes visible. The side you choose determines whether money flows to you or away from you. Many people use debt to maintain a lifestyle rather than to build assets. Financing cars, gadgets, vacations, and luxury items creates zero long-term value. These items depreciate, but the debt stays. This creates a cycle where you are always paying for the past instead of investing in the future. Business debt can be powerful if managed well, but in your 40s, risk tolerance should be calculated. A failed venture with heavy debt can destroy decades of progress. This doesn't mean avoiding risk, but it means understanding that the margin for recovery is smaller than it was in your 20s. Another psychological trap is comfort with minimum payments. Paying the minimum keeps you in debt for years, sometimes decades. It creates an illusion of control while silently draining your financial power. In your 40s, every extra year in debt is a year lost from wealth building. Debt also affects your mindset. High monthly obligations force you to prioritize cash flow over strategy. You may avoid investing, taking time off, or making bold moves because you are tied to fixed payments. Your choices become reactive instead of proactive. The contrast between someone who manages debt and someone who ignores it is dramatic. One enters their 60s with assets, freedom, and options. The other enters their 60s with payments, pressure, and limited choices. The difference is not intelligence or luck. It is how debt was handled in the 40s. This decade is critical because you still have time to eliminate bad debt and use good debt wisely. If you control debt now, you control your future. If debt controls you now, it will shape your life for decades. Your 40s are not just about you anymore. This is the decade where your financial decisions start to affect more than your lifestyle. They shape your family's future, your children's opportunities, and the security of the people who depend on you. This is when legacy stops being an abstract idea and becomes something you are actively building, whether you realize it or not. Legacy is not just about leaving money behind. It is about creating systems, values, and stability that outlast you. In your 40s, you are in a unique position. You have experience, income, networks, and influence. You can turn those into assets that continue working for your family long after you slow down. Many people think legacy is something to think about in their 60s or 70s. That is a mistake. By then, most of the financial outcomes are already locked in. Your 40s are when you still have enough time to build wealth, structure it intelligently, and teach financial habits to the next generation. This is when you can change the trajectory of your family line. Investments, businesses, real estate, and retirement accounts are part of legacy, but so are education, financial literacy, and systems. Teaching your children how money works, showing them discipline, and demonstrating long-term thinking may be more valuable than any inheritance. Your behavior in this decade sets the blueprint they will follow. Another aspect of legacy is protection. Insurance, estate planning, and diversified assets are not exciting topics, but they are powerful. In your 40s, you can put structures in place that protect your family from uncertainty. Life is unpredictable, and financial systems act as shock absorbers. Building them now is an act of responsibility and foresight. Your professional reputation also becomes part of your legacy. The relationships you build, the businesses you create, and the impact you have in your field can open doors for your family and community. Influence compounds just like money. The seeds you plant in your 40s can grow into opportunities for others. Many people underestimate how quickly decades pass. Your 40s feel busy and intense, but they are also foundational. Decisions you make now about investing, spending, and structuring wealth will echo for the next 30, 40, or even 50 years. This is the decade where future generations either benefit from your foresight or inherit the consequences of your inaction. Legacy is also about freedom. If you build strong financial systems in your 40s, you gain the ability to choose how you spend your later years. You can support causes you care about, help your family without stress, and live with dignity and independence. That freedom becomes part of the story you leave behind. Financial experts focus on this decade because it is where personal success turns into generational impact. Your 40s are the bridge between building a life and building a legacy. What you build on that bridge determines how far your influence and security will reach. Your 40s are not just another chapter in your life. They are the turning point. This is the decade where comfort or stress is locked in, where freedom is designed or delayed. Every decision you make right now compounds into your future reality. You still have time, you still have leverage, and you still have control. Use this decade with intention, discipline, and clarity. Your future self, your family, and your legacy depend on what you do in these years. Choose wisely and build the life you want before time makes the choice for you.